Welcome back to Grand Blanc Mitsubishi. Now we're going to take a look at the 2020 model Mitsubishi Outlander, and in this specific Outlander it's going to be the limited edition, or known as the LE package. So I want to start with the front of the vehicle and just take a look at a couple of things that are going to be very important to pay attention to with the LE package. So we're going to take a look at your running lights right here that are going to be running an LED light going down the road. This is going to be the headlamp, both your high and low beam here with a projector beam headlamp. Down below you're also going to have a fog lamp as well, which really gives excellent lighting. I drove this vehicle home last night. I was very impressed with the brights. I live down a 4-mile dirt road with literally no street lights. There is no light around, so when you pop these brights on, it lets you see everything. And helped me to avoid 2 different deer that ran out in front of me last night. That wouldn't have been good. So let's take a look at the front grille too. This is going to be called a black chrome right here. So black chrome is different from what your standard chrome is that you're going to see on the triple diamond up front for the Mitsubishi emblem. You have a black painted inlay, more of a piano black, a very high gloss there. That's going to continue down and around here. Now, on the 2020 Mitsubishi Outlander, they've taken some of the changes that were made on the PHEV from 2019 and have added them to here. Now you have a lower grille piece down here, also piano black, with the black chrome inlays on the outside of it. Now you've got a matte finish here that continues around the vehicle, and that ties in really well to where your wheel well liners are going to be at and where your protection on the outside of that front bumper and over the top of the wheel is. So if we keep going around, there is a new design for the wheel itself. This is going to be an 18-inch aluminum wheel, and you have a black center cap, and this is a gloss black painted wheel. The very same exact design that you're going to see on the SEL and on the GT. However, this one's completely black. You do have an option of black lug nuts as well that you're able to get as an accessory. If you take a look at the LE, it's going to have a black painted mirror cap, or called a skull cap, with a turn signal incorporated into the mirror. On this mirror as well, you are going to have the blind spot awareness system, which also gives you a cross traffic alert system. What does that mean? A blind spot awareness system means that if you've got somebody in your blind spot over here in the quarter panel area that's riding right next to you at the same rate of speed, or coming and approaching you, you're going to have an amber indicator that's going to be on the side of your mirror to let you know that that person is coming and not to merge over. Very helpful, and the cross traffic alert incorporates that same system. So if you're parked next to a big truck on one side and another truck on the other side when you're at a grocery store, when you go to back out, you'll know if somebody's coming up or down your lane, and that'll indicate with not only the amber glow, it'll also give you an audible alert. Taking a look at the door handle, you're going to have a keyless entry system here, which is called a fast key with Mitsubishi. So all I need to do to lock or unlock the vehicle is simply touch the button. What you'll notice with this is when you lock the vehicle, you'll know it's locked by your mirrors folding themselves in. So if you approach the vehicle and your mirrors are folded, it is going to be locked. So you just simply will hit the button, it will unlock the vehicle here, and that way you can enter the vehicle and move forward. On the LE package here with the 2020 Mitsubishi Outlander, they're also going to have a black painted insert on the bottom of the door, right where your gravel guard is at and right where your door protection is at here. So that's going to continue that black theme that you're going to have with the LE package all the way through. So not only the wheels, you've got the grille, you've got the mirrors, you've got the upper rail system. Okay, so this is a rail system that they're going to do for options like crossbars that would go onto this rail system. So you can do things like kayaks and skis and anything else that you want to bring, the cargo carriers, all those different options. Now here on your fuel tank, so this fuel tank is going to be locked. There is no access to it until you reach into the vehicle, and you actually are going to do that right at the base of where the driver's foot is on the left side. So if we take a look down here, we'll see where this lever is. You're simply just going to lift that lever up. That will unlock your fuel tank. So now you don't have to do the locking gas caps and have more keys that you need to bring with you. In fact, you don't really need to take the key out of your pocket at all. So I'm going to ditch that now. On the back side of the vehicle, you're going to have the LED lighting that's going to go through the back. You have diamonds incorporated down here, which they're just going to do. They're going to hide those things. It's kind of fun to find these when you go to take a look at Mitsubishi. Of course, the 3 diamonds representing a couple different things. The 3 diamonds are going to represent not only price point, but also warranty and fuel economy and safety. That's the main 4 focal points of Mitsubishi. So price point, extremely aggressive. You're talking about a 7-passenger super all-wheel control with a moonroof, with heated seats, with leather, with Alcantara suede, along with power seats on both sides. I mentioned 7-passenger and a moonroof. And this vehicle is very easy to get underneath $30,000. That is best price point that I've been able to find, period. So, and this is a 2020 model. They're already discounting it. Down below on the back, before I open the lift gate, you're going to see that black gloss painted bumper, lower bumper area too. That's going to tie into the doors, the mirrors, the upper roof rail system, and the grille. Now you got your black chrome that's going to incorporate the back to the front and match things up. This is a white pearl paint. It's a little dark in here now, but this is a tri-layer paint. So you're going to have, the beautiful thing about that is it's $295 for a color charge, or you can go to some other manufacturers and it's as much as $995 for the same paint job. Well, it's because Mitsubishi owns their own paint company, so we don't get the upcharge. Here's the two seats that we're going to have for your third row. Those are going to be a jump seat that folds up. I'll show you how that works here in just a second. Underneath, you're going to have a hidden trunk. This is going to hold the extra headrest for the seats. Also a tire inflation kit too for roadside assistance. And let me mention that, roadside assistance for Mitsubishi. And this has gone on since 2017, 18, 19, and now the 20s is going to be 5 years, unlimited mileage. That's for your towing, that's for your flat tires, your lockout assistance. So easy, right? To put the seats up here, you're simply just going to pull this up here. Now we've got our seat. Ways to fold it. Simply grab this latch and fold it back down. Very easy to operate and move and maneuver. On the back side of the vehicle, you do have a 12 volt, 120 watt power outlet here. You do have an extra storage container over on the side as well. So if there's access that you need or things that need to be hidden from dogs, kids, whatever's going to be in the back seat of your vehicle, you've got that extra storage compartment. Let's take a look at the back side of this vehicle, or the back seat of this vehicle, and I'm going to show you how to fold the seat. So I'm going to do that by, first I'm going to move this passenger seat because I've got it all the way back. But what I'll look at here is how simple it is to fold a seat without overcomplicating anything. So first of all, the seat can easily be folded by first starting with the headrest. You're going to simply pull this latch. That's your number one, and it even has a number one on the side of that pull tab. Number two, just grab the seat here, pull your number two, it folds forward towards the passenger seat, and your third step is going to be right here. You're just going to lift this lever and you're going to fold it on down. The beautiful thing about it is they'll give you a diagram of how to do that. So that should come with your new 2020 Mitsubishi Outlander in the LE package. Now let's look at some of the room of it. This is a 60-40 split. Both seats will do the same thing and be able to fold, and you do have an armrest if you're not using a center passenger seat. So other things that are nice, if you need to adjust where the back passengers are versus the center row passengers, you can slide forward and back. You can even tilt and lean this back as well. The leather is upgraded this year as well from what they did 2 years ago. So the last 2 years they've upgraded the leather interior along with the suede that's coming along the inside. Take a look at some of the contrast stitching that you're going to see as well when we move to the front seat. We'll look at the red stitching that's laid in there. We have the rear air vents here, and then down below you are going to have another 2 USB charging ports too for the 2020. All things that you want to know getting into this vehicle. So we're just pointing them out and making it a little bit easier to see. As we get into the front of the 2020 Mitsubishi Outlander, you'll notice that they did the soft touch dash, and they also did a nice leather piece going over the top of your gauge cluster. But the main thing to take a look at in here is, boom, this humongous screen upgrade that they did for the 2020 Outlander, which is beautiful. So as soon as we turn this vehicle on or put it in an accessory mode, you're going to notice that is significantly different from the 2018 and 19 models. So when we hop into this vehicle and we take a look, it's going to give you an entry or an introduction of this right here. I'm already on CarPlay, so I can take my phone off of that so you can see what the main home screen is going to look like. And we're going to go, okay, no CarPlay is up here and showing. Settings now have become very, very easy to work with, very easy to navigate, from sound control, your volume, your Sirius, your display, your Bluetooth, and then you get even into your Apple CarPlay and vehicle settings. Vehicle settings, things like your operating, obviously your wipers, if you have an auto wiper setting and going into that option, your exterior lighting, how long do you want the doors to unlock lock as you walk away from the vehicle? This vehicle will lock itself. How long do you want that timer to be? Well, you can simply hit your door unlock button and you can set your duration of timing to literally 30 seconds after you walk away from the vehicle with your key. Now it will be able to simply lock the vehicle for you so you don't forget. Dual climate control. Now, I played with this a little bit and I was wondering, this is a different button that I see here called sync, right? So if I adjust the passenger side, And now the driver doesn't have the passenger with them. Just simply hit your sync button and it's going to bring you back to where you're both using the same auto. AC is push on and off, and blue to the left, blue to the left, and red to the right, just for your heat modes, right? So now we're going to go to your modes. What is mode going to tell you? That's going to be where the directional airflow is going to be, whether it's to frost and feet, or to the face, or to the face and feet. Very simple. Adjust your fan speed by the smaller fan and the larger fan. It's the things that I like with Mitsubishi, just being very, very simple and not complicated. Welcome to CarPlay. Did you see how quick that was? As soon as I plugged it in, our CarPlay is ready to go. So let's go to media, right? So our media is going to bring us right back to using our Apple CarPlay, and this is great. I love it. And yes, I did that on purpose just to give Jay a good laugh here. So we've got our Pandora, which it's on now. You also have your phone calls, and you can do talk to text. Now, something that I looked at yesterday, and just for the operation of the vehicle, how easy is it to make a phone call? Take a look at your controls that are on the steering wheel here. So if we look over on the left side, if you simply push the voice button one time, it's going to go and divert to Bluetooth. If you press and hold, it goes to Siri. So instead of going to Bluetooth, you're going to go to Siri. So that's a lot easier for me personally. Everybody's a little bit different. But if I press and hold and use Siri, I'm so used to using my Siri on my phone instead of using Mitsubishi's Bluetooth. Not that it's complicated, it's just my way of using it. So you can adjust that and have multiple ways to use the same function of this vehicle. So I think that's a beautiful part about it. We can go back to our home screen on our phone by simply hitting the dot. Now this little button on the bottom would be like hitting the button on your iPhone and getting you back to your main home screen. If you want to flip back to Mitsubishi's version of their screen, you're simply going to hit the Mitsubishi Motors button here, and that'll take you back to the home page of your main home screen from the Mitsubishi. So just hit CarPlay, boom, you're back right at it. Yes, there's 132 calls that I probably need to touch base with, the music, but maps are even extremely easy too. So when we get into our maps, it goes to your destination. You're able to voice speak destination even when moving down the road, so it's not complicated. Again, you're using Siri, so it just makes it very, very easy to work with. Things to take a look at too is down below here. So I do want to point out a couple of things. We've got our heated seats standard in the limited edition package of the Outlander for 2020. Also our Super All-Wheel control system. Now what happens when you click this button? Well, there's a couple different things you can do. You can click this button and it can go from a normal mode, which will display up on your LCD screen in between your RPM or your tachometer and your speedometer up here. So as I click through, you can take a look at the different modes. Normal driving mode, snow mode, gravel mode, and all-wheel drive or all-wheel control economy mode. Now down below, next to where there's going to be your blind spot awareness that you can turn on and off, there's going to be an economy mode that gives you the optimum fuel economy for any of those driving modes that we just reviewed, whether it's snow, gravel, normal, or the all-wheel control economy mode. So you can use those in conjunction to get the best fuel economy that you possibly can. I didn't point out the carbon fiber that's going to be on the dash in between the soft touch and in between your vents, but I think that that's a very nice touch to give it a lot more class to the vehicle, even though the price point is not what you would expect to pay for something of this caliber. I think Mitsubishi nailed it. The thing that I want to take a look at is also under the hood, because we always want to make sure that we get a chance to pop that and see what the difference is. Now you've got a 2.4 liter 4-cylinder engine running a CVT8. Now they introduced the CVT8 transmission, which is going to be a continuous variable transmission. Well, what does the 8 mean? The 8 really what they did was give you a better launching gear, right? So when you go from a stoplight and you want to go 55 miles an hour, it really gets that push off there. And you would be surprised if you've driven one of these, you're not going to think there's a 4-cylinder underneath the hood. They did a great job of taking the power and being able to push that to the road. And really, what I saw as the best power was the 40 to 80 miles an hour. Right in that range is where I saw the optimum real torque feel of the vehicle. So when I'm accelerating, going onto an on-ramp, for example, and getting it to highway speeds, not a problem there. The other thing that's kind of unique, there isn't a speed limiter on this vehicle either. So my truck cuts off at 107 miles an hour. This does not. This keeps going. In fact, I have a customer that said, I didn't realize I was doing 122 miles an hour on the way back from an airport. I said, slow it down, Ken. That's a little inappropriate. But you know what? You might be okay at a drag strip. Take a look at this here. This is cool. You've got the dual override cam 4-cylinder engine, Everything's super accessible. Makes it very easy for filtration changes, even to be able to see your reservoirs in clear containers and where everything's clearly marked, your jump point for the right side of the motor and where your air intake system is. Very, very easy and accessible. Here's the other part that I just cannot talk about enough. Mitsubishi is giving a 10-year, 100,000-mile full powertrain warranty. Accompanying that is going to be a 5-year, 60,000-mile full comprehensive warranty. And even after that, additional warranties or wrap warranties are very affordable too. So take a look into that when you come in to take a look at driving and buying your 2020 Mitsubishi Outlander. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Please take a look at our website. We're at grandblankmitsubishi.com, or you can just feel free to give us a call. It's 810-579-2030. Again, I'm Paul Zagman with Grand Blank Mitsubishi. Thank you so much for watching. We'll have another video for you shortly.